think we're good.
All right, are we good to go? Excellent. Well, good morning, everyone. Stepping in today to chair the meeting as our wonderful chair, Andrea Comer, was not able to attend today. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm going to start us off with a quick roll call. I'll start with Kyle Abercrombie,
Present.
Vanita Borges,
Here.
Tina Beeman,
Present.
Corey Betts,
Present.
Greg Davis, Avery Gaddis,
Here.
Andrea Hawkins,
Present.
Michael Jefferson,
Present.
Daniel Karpowitz, Melvin Medina, Name present, Edwin Shirley,
Present.
Shirley Skyers Thomas, Kelly Marie Valeries. I believe we have
Sue.
Grace.
Yes, I'm here for Kelly. Thank you.
Thank you. Charles Venator
Present.
and Kevin Walton. All right, we do have quorum. So move on to item B on our agenda, which is the approval of the September 9th, 2025 regular meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Any questions, changes, or discussion? Not so, then all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposition or abstentions? That carries. Excellent. Item C on our agenda today is a vote on the Health Equity Solutions or HES contract. And before we dive into discussion, just to properly set it up, I would like to entertain a motion to explore contractual relationship with an entity to serve as subject matter experts in health, racial, and access equity to engage communities, streamline messaging, and inform sustainable investment strategies in disproportionately impacted areas with a maximum contract amount of $180,000 for 3 years. Anyone moving that motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second, Corey.
Excellent. Motion is moved and properly seconded. And with that, to kick off this discussion, I will hand it over to Executive Director McGee.
Before we move, can we just mark the record that I will abstain from that vote?
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As mentioned before we started to record, I was congratulating Dr. Charles Venator this weekend as part of our team attended the Latino Policy Agenda Summit. In fact, to develop the policy agenda, right? And the organizers intentionally met with stakeholders throughout the state and members of different communities to understand their needs and priorities. Here at the SEC, we are looking to do the same, to build upon our 3 program priority areas that we have. The incoming contractor, as mentioned, would partner with SEC to engage community-based organizations and communities served by the community-based organizations through the R2 program, conduct focus groups, develop a blueprint for our next reinvestment round. And our vision is not just the initial $36 million investment to be distributed throughout the next 3 years, but how do we continue to invest more intentionally and strategically so that this is a sustainable long-term investment? So in the context of what's happening at the federal level, we can't implement programs without on the ground, if you would, context and input from CBOs funded and not funded, as well as the patrons they serve, or I can say it, constituents, excuse me. So lastly, we need to partner with experts whose daily commitment is focused on evaluating and designing effective, sustainable programs and policies that address all of the disparities in many of our DIAs throughout the state. So I'll turn it back over to you, Madam Chair, if any members have any questions.
Thank you. I'll open the floor to any questions or discussions.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
Where is this organization based?
It's a Connecticut-based organization. They're seated in the city of Hartford, their central office.
Do they have a website or anything else that we could, I mean, we're taking the vote today, but I just want to,
Oh, absolutely. We can drop that in the chat.
please.
And also a full detailed proposal.
Thank you. Other questions?
I'm sorry, and what's the name of the organization?
Health Equity Solutions.
Oh, okay, okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
One last question. What's the length of this contract?
3 years.
3?
And each year it'll build upon the scope of work from the previous year.
So we're voting for the 3-year contract. It's not going to be a year-to-year vote?
Correct.
Councilman Jefferson, through you, Madam Chair, this organization does tremendous work in the community. They have robust offerings. They're legit. I like them. We're good to go. I'm glad they're coming on board. I fully support it.
Thank you, Brother Gaddis.
Thank you both. I just wanted to add, I did get a chance to meet with them, with the staff, just to kind of better understand the proposal from a reinvestment perspective and how that's all going to connect together. And I think one of the things I really liked is, we're leveraging and building upon things that we've already done, and making those stronger. So it fits well with what we've been discussing from a reinvestment approach perspective, and do think that it's going to add value, especially as we get into the kind of data monitoring aspects, probably in the next 12 to 18 months. Okay, any further questions? If not, I will call the vote. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And I know we have one abstention. Any other abstentions? Okay, thank you so much. Motion carries. We'll now move on to item D, updates from the Connecticut SEC, and back to Director McGee.
Thank you, Chairwoman Naeem. Again, good morning, Madam Chair, council members, colleagues, and community that may watch this video or are currently in our virtual space. Thank you all for joining today's meeting and for your continued commitment to the mission of the Connecticut Social Equity Council. As we stand in the fourth quarter of 2025, the council remains a central force in shaping Connecticut's adult use cannabis market, ensuring that opportunity, equity, and accountability remain inseparable. The market continues to show growth, but that growth is layered with complexity. Social equity individuals, the very people this council exists to empower, are entering an evolving industry that you all are very aware that tests both their entrepreneurial capacity and our collective resolve to build systems that are fair, sustainable, and transparent. The truth is, while the market's space or pace is steady, the pathway for many remains steep. The challenges of capitalization, compliance, and market competition persists, but they also reveal the next frontier of innovation for this council. Today's report will be brief, but it's going to be structured in 3 parts. I'll discuss the financials and fiscal performance. give you a quick update on the 2025 Market Outlook Working Group, a little follow-up and next steps on that. And then I want to end off with an industry check-in and a call to action. Next slide, please. For the month of September 2025, the council's expenditures were as follows. As you all can see, our personnel services that include salary and fringe benefits for 9 full-time employees, $127,833. Other expenses, you see contracts, agreements, supplies, etc., a little over $49,000, totaling for the month of September, $176,953. These expenditures reflect prudent stewardship of our resources and the operational investments necessary to sustain our mission. The $36 million Revitalize, Reimagine Community Reinvestment Program remains on track. That's with $12 million annually obligated over the next 3 years. This program continues to channel meaningful resources into communities most impacted by the war on drugs. Under the Social Equity Council Revolving Loan Program, interest repayments totaling $48,947 have been received through September. Just for context, that's spanning the last 3 months of fiscal year 25 and the first 3 months of fiscal year 26. I want to underscore this point because it's really important. This demonstrates early signs of loan performance and reinforces our long-term focus on sustainability and reinvestment, particularly around our revolving loan program that we have taken a critical and hard look at to redesign to better support our constituents, that is our social equity entrepreneurs. Definitely challenges ahead with respect to redesigning so that we can meet the needs of our clientele, but we're trending toward a positive direction. And again, a special shout out to our Finance Committee Chair, and our Advisory Committee, our Loan Advisory Committee that continues to provide yeoman support around this program. On the revenue side, of which I'll show you a slide later on that talks a little bit about, actually next slide, I think it's on the next slide. There we go. On the revenue side, the adult use market continues to post strong figures. You can see August sales in 2025 over 18 million compared to August 24 of a little over 17 million. That's an $800,000 plus year-over-year increase. Given that the adult use cannabis products are taxed at a 10 to 15% base on potency, because I know some of y'all are asking, well, if y'all got 18 million, y'all got a bunch of money. It's important to understand the breakdown of this. And I appreciate our fiscal team helping me to better understand this as well. Again, given that adult use cannabis products are taxed at a 10 to 15% based on potency, and the SEC, we receive about 60% of that revenue. These gains translate into tangible reinvestment opportunities for equity programs and community grants statewide. Lastly, on the financial front, financial discipline and transparency remain the foundation of our credibility, both within government and across our communities we serve throughout the state. Next slide. All right, so a few updates. Just to give you a quick follow-up on the 2025 Market Outlook Working Group, Again, thank y'all so much to all of the council members. You all are absolutely amazing. You showed up in strong numbers to participate in our launching of our working group, which took place on Wednesday, September 24th, at the Legislative Office Building. With over 75 attendees, the event drew an exceptional mix of partners, including state agency heads, municipalities, nonprofits, and both cannabis and non-cannabis business leaders. Governor Ned Lamont, thank you so much for participating. He offered remarks commending the council's commitment to transparency and progress. And I just want to pause again, thank my staff and also this esteemed council, better known as board of directors for those of you who might be watching. Thank you all for your support. Representative Darrell Wilson, vice chair of the Black and Puerto Rican Caucus, he also underscored the broader social and economic implications of our work for Connecticut's most affected communities. Really quickly, just in case folks have missed it, the working group is organized into 3 subcommittees, each with a specific charge. Number 1, we have a marketplace subcommittee. That's our cannabis arm. That's led by Nicole. She's the executive director of the Connecticut Cannabis Chamber of Commerce, focusing on the barriers to market entry, operational sustainability, and workforce readiness. And then we have a non-cannabis arm led by Chris, the CEO and president of CBIA, exploring employment pathways and industry partnerships that can uplift equity regions beyond cannabis. Subcommittee number 2, our municipal relations. We have this committee co-chaired by mayors Arunin and Servani of Wallingford. Arunin is from Hartford. Their focus is developing a municipal toolkit for adult use integration, including zoning, public health safeguards, and model ordinances. Lastly, and chief among them, one of my favorites, the Youth Champions Subcommittee, led by Eddie and John Torres. Eddie heads up the Hartford Communities That Care. John is the leader of Caribe Youth Leaders from Bridgeport. And their focus is basically amplifying youth voices and promoting harm reduction and responsible use education. Each subcommittee will submit preliminary recommendations by the end of this calendar year, leading to a draft market outlook report scheduled for early 2026. That report will also inform both council strategy and legislative collaboration moving forward. Alongside the staff, we're super excited around this effort. It's real, it's happening, and it's also shaping the blueprint for a market that is both inclusive and economically sound. Industry check-in and a little bit of a call to action. Turning to the pulse of the adult use market, because I know oftentimes our social equity entrepreneurs, they feel like they're left out. We talk a lot about community reinvestment, but it's clear that while there is steady progress, for social equity entrepreneurs, they continue to face structural headwinds from financing to facility build-outs and regulatory hurdles. In recent months, both council staff and members have engaged in weighty introspection, reflecting deeply and listening directly to social equity individuals who are simply pleading and asking candidly and courageously for the council to do more to stimulate the industry through intentional investments. This reflection has led us to a guiding conviction. To strengthen the market, we must feed the supply chain. And while all license types play a role in the ecosystem, it's clear that direct investment in manufacturing, cultivation, and retail can help us achieve a more balanced, resilient, and equitable industry. While I'm calling out certain license types, not limited to, we're here to help all. However, these are the sectors that keep the entire system alive, from plant to product to community. I want to pause a second, first of all, to breathe, to get some water, but I want to give some space to council members. If you can just drop that slide for me. If you all have any questions, comments, what have you, just give me a chance to get some water. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much for that update, Director McGee. And
No, I have one more, but I just wanted to take
you
a
have
break.
one more. All right, we'll give you a
do.
break. Well, I just want to comment on the new working groups that have been established. I think it's I'm very much looking forward to the recommendations that they make coming out in early next year as we think about both from what we're doing from a reinvestment perspective, but also our longer term strategic planning. And it is positive to see that sales continue to trend relatively upwards, and more tax revenues coming in for us to be able to further reinvest. So really great to see both of those things. Counselors, any questions, reactions, comments? Yes, we've got Councilwoman Hawkins.
I'll just say that I thought it was a really good discussion, and it was very interesting to hear about what the three groups are going to be doing. And I look forward to their work intersecting with the strategic planning work that's already underway. I do feel hopeful that the work that they're doing will inform our next iteration of our strategic plan. So I'm really excited about what's to come. So thank you for that.
Thank you. All right. And I just want to note that Councilman Greg Davis has joined just for attendance sake. Let's pull up the last two slides. And it's really just a breakdown of our license and what's happening there. But as we're pulling that up, during the month of September, the council reviewed 3 social equity plans and 1 workforce development plan. That's 1 social equity plan that was resubmitted back in August. We provided some tech assistance and they were ultimately approved. 2 new social equity plans were submitted and approved. And then lastly, we had the workforce development that was a resubmission. We provided tech assistance and they're back and approved. But what you see before you is just a breakdown of what's happening in our system. And as of September 30th, 2025, there are 19 provisional license active statewide. I'm not going to read every single number, but I just think these data points are important. But what matters most is what we do next, right? And one of the things that I know is important. Many of these businesses, they're not just in provisional status because they wish to be there. There are quite a few hurdles on both ends. The social equity entrepreneur, and then also internally, how are we as an entity interfacing with other state agencies to help create a successful onboarding for many of these folks who are sitting idle in provisional status. So my team and other partners, including you, council members, have been working diligently to figure out ways to get these folks on and ready to go and active. And we'll continue to provide you updates. And my goal is hopefully by next year, we can get that 19 down to 0 and continue to move our social equity entrepreneurs forward. Next slide. All right. Lastly, we have quite a few meetings happening during the fourth quarter. I want y'all to save the date. We have our inaugural annual meeting, which is going to take place on Thursday, November 6th, in Glastonbury, Connecticut. I am hopeful that all of you can make it. I would like to make one recommendation if you all are looking at your 2025 SEC calendar. Hopefully you are, or your booklets that we made for you. We have a meeting on November 4th, Tuesday, November 4th. I am going to make a friendly recommendation that we move that Tuesday, November 4th meeting and combine it with our annual meeting on Thursday, November 6th. It does not require a vote, but I just think it would be a best use of our time, and also driving you all to come just spend some time with us in person, along with our guests that will be there. The only update, unless we have a slew of applications to approve, would be for my team and I to share the financials, and obviously during the annual meeting, we'll do some forecasting for 2026. I will update calendars accordingly. I will make sure you all have the information needed for the cancellation of November 4th meeting, and it will be combined into our inaugural annual meeting on Thursday, November 6th at 6 p.m. Lastly, we have all of our council committee meetings. You see that between December 17th and 18th. We'll have a busy 2 days, and then you all are off to your Christmas holidays. If I don't see you during Thanksgiving, please enjoy your time. And can you believe it? We're already in the fourth quarter. So that concludes my official report. Here's my call to action to you all. I'm calling every council member to engage, continue engaging. Thank you all for meeting with me one-on-one. It's been phenomenal to meet with each of you outside of these cameras, but having my own one-on-one time with you as we actively shape our next phase of this organization and our investment strategy. One that prioritizes intentional and data-driven reinvestment in the supply chain. I just want us to continue to examine how, our revolving loan fund, our R2 reinvestment dollars, and technical assistance programs can work in concert to create real lift for our manufacturers, cultivators, and retailers, not limited to. I want us to continue to explore partnerships with financial institutions, workforce programs, and municipal allies who can help expand capital access and operational support for equity licensees. And most importantly, let's stay unified in our purpose. The success of this market, of this organization, and the legacy of this council will depend not on how many licenses are issued, but on how many succeed. So again, thank y'all so much for your time this morning, and I will yield rest of the time back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much. Any further questions for Director McGee? Counselor Shirley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would just like to add that the meeting, the working group meeting that we had was a great platform with which we can start dialogue with the social equity entrepreneurs so that we may address, or to see if we can address specific issues that they have with their businesses. Some of them may be addressed through policy, some may be addressed through flexibility in existing policies, but I think that it was a very good platform, and I'm looking forward to working with Director McGee and his staff, and also with the social equity entrepreneurs that have brought forward issues that they face. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I see no further hands up. So I will move on to item E. Anything for the good of the order? Anything from council members? If not, Counselor Gaddis?
Madam Chairwoman, move to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Well, thank you all for a productive meeting. Counselor McGee, thank you. Director McGee, thank you so much for all the updates, and thank you to your staff for joining and supporting as well. Hope everyone has a wonderful week. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.